Hey everybody, it's Divinity. Um, this video is about the movie Get Out. Oh my god. I did not want to go see it because I did not think it was, I thought it was like a scary movie or a horror movie. Um, but it was like more like a psychological thriller, which I actually love those. I didn't read the review. I mean, I read something some time back, a little paragraph. But I was trying to go to the movies and there was nothing like that I wanted to see. So I just was like, all right, let me go Get Out. And this movie was good. Now, don't give me the line about who's the stars and who's the people in the movie because I have no idea. But all I know is there was this main character. His name was Chris. He was a black guy. Before you get into this is going to be a spoiler alert because I'm going to tell everything. He was a black guy, right? And he was, I had seen this actor on a Netflix show, also which was a psychological thriller, some time back. I'm trying to get my, okay. And anyway, his name was Chris, and he had a girlfriend. I can't even remember her name. He had a girlfriend, and they was going to meet her parents. His girlfriend was white. They was going to meet her parents. For like this weekend or whatever, and he was feeling in a kind of way because he's blacker than black. Okay, I mean, like, now when I say blacker than black, I'm talking about skin complexion. He is like very super dark, and I'm not saying that he wouldn't feel the same way if he was lighter, but he was the darkest of the black people. Anywho, they went up there, and on the way to the parents' house, the first thing that happened was they hit a deer. And the deer was like dead. Flew over somewhere, well, almost dead. Or I was like, he should just put the deer out of his misery. But I also said, this is a sign. This is a sign, a bad sign. I'm so sorry. This is a bad sign. So, anyway, he gets up there, and everybody is a little weird. The parents are weird. They have servants. They have a maid who's black, and like I would say a gardener, and he's black. But they both was like acting weird. But you couldn't really figure out what the hell kind of weird it was. It just was something was off. Like, I guess he was trying to like relate to them in a black way, and they wasn't responding like to his blackness or something. Anyway, I have to rewind a little bit because I totally forgot that in the beginning of the movie, before the main character showed up, before his girlfriend, before the trip to see the parents and all of that, there was a black man walking in the suburbs, not Chris, not the main character, another black man. He was walking in the suburbs, and he got like kidnapped. He was like, oh, this ain't gonna happen to me. He came from Brooklyn, so he saw like a little car coming up, and it kind of was following him. He's like, oh, I'm not gonna be, this ain't gonna happen to me. And so, as he was trying to walk away or go the other way, a guy came behind him, yoked him up, and took him away. So, I don't know. At that time, you didn't know if the guy was kidnapped or what was the situation. If he was kidnapped or dead. Anyway, fast forward back to the movie. So, the maid, she seemed like she was in her late 20s or early 30s. And the guy also seemed like he was in his late 20s or early 30s, the gardener. Anyway, so a whole bunch of things was going on in the movie. The parents realized that the guy was a smoker, that Chris was a smoker, and so they was like, that's a disgusting habit, and they was like infuriated that he smoked, and I'll tell you why a little bit later, why it was so important, why they got so upset that he smoked. Anywho, so they had told Chris, listen, the mom is a psychiatrist, right? The mom was a psychiatrist, and the dad was a brain surgeon. And the mom was like, you know, I could help you stop smoking. Or they suggested that the mom would hypnotize him so he would stop smoking. So he was like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, evening went on, whatever. So, you know, he also had this friend. He had a friend and he was speaking. The friend was watching his apartment. His friend, very funny, chubby guy. Friend was watching his apartment. So he called his friend and he told his friend, hey, it's kind of weird up here. They acting weird. And he was like, yeah, there is. I told you not to go in that house. Okay, so fast forward. This guy goes outside for some reason. Oh, he couldn't sleep. Chris, main character, could not sleep. He's like 26 in the movie, black guy. Tall, black guy. He was attractive. Couldn't sleep. So he goes out. So when he first goes out, he walks outside to smoke a cigarette so he could relax himself. And the gardener runs straight up to him like in top speed. Now the gardener was this built guy. And he's running towards him like in top speed. So Chris is like, yo, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So then when the gardener reaches him, like right here, he just turns. He don't say nothing. He just turns. Okay. Then after that, so Chris goes back inside. And what happens is the mom is sitting in like a little area. And she's like, come, you know, talk to me. And would you like some tea? She's offering him tea. He like, no, I'm good. She talking to him, you know, and she got this cup. And she's, you know, he asking, she's like, they laughing about hypnotism. Or Chris was laughing about it. Anyway, it was some dialogue about hypnotism. And he was like, oh, what, you going to pull out a pocket watch? And she was like, oh, yes and no, I'm not going to pull out a pocket watch. But, you know, we do use an object for you to focus on. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so after that, what happened? So she's stirring her tea. She's stirring her tea. I'm like, damn, the tea is already stirred. She hypnotizing the nigga with a cup of tea and a spoon. I shouldn't have said nigga, but I'm black, so I can't say nigga. Anyway, she hypnotizing him with a spoon and a cup of tea. And, you know, she's talking about a dark time in his life. His mom died or something like that, and he was saying he didn't do nothing. He was just sitting there watching TV, some rain and different stuff like that. He was going through a dark time in his life about his mom passing away. She was going deeper and deeper, hypnotizing him with the spoon and the cup, and then all of a sudden she said, sink into the floor. What the hell? He sunk into the floor, like literally, not literally, but in his mind, he sunk down into the floor. Like the couch sucked him up that he was sitting on. And then he went into this very dark place and he was looking up at her like she was on a TV screen. And then she went up to him, closed his eyes. You know, he's like, ah. And then I'm already at even. Okay. She goes up to him, closes his eyes. And then she further hypnotizes him, but he has no idea what she's done. So he wakes up in a cold sweat. Before he woke up, he was in a sunken place. He wakes up in a cold sweat, and he realizes, he's like, oh man, she hypnotized me. So the daughter's acting funny, like, oh, I'm sorry that happened to you, and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so then a new character comes into the movie, and that's like the brother. I don't know if he came the night before or the next day, but he was like wanting to fight with Chris, like doing jiu-jitsu moves, different stuff. And Chris was like, yo, get off me. And then the daughter, the girlfriend, the white girlfriend, she was acting like, oh, I don't know why my family acting like this. Why they so racist? Why they this? Why they that? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me see if I could try to speed this up. So then, anyway, he kept noticing his phone was unplugged. Like he would charge his phone, but he kept noticing the plug was uncharged. So then, the maid, he accused the maid of doing it, which I don't know why he would accuse the maid, but he accused the maid. And so then she came a little while later and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was cleaning and I messed with it. And so I didn't further, deal with it. That's why I didn't plug it back up, blah, 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 blah. And he was talking to her and then, she just started crying. But she wasn't crying about taking the phone out the charger. She was crying about, some other stuff. Like, she just was crying. It was just very weird. Like, she was talking and it didn't line up with the crying. It was just so weird. Anywho, what else happened? So then all of a sudden, the family, the mother and the father of the daughter, who is his girlfriend, who's Chris's girlfriend, she called. They let him know that, this weekend, they celebrating the father's birthday, the grandfather's birthday, or some type of celebration where people will be showing up. So all these white people show up, one Chinese guy, and it was a black guy. And so the guy went up to the black guy, and he was like, yo, how you doing? It's good to see a brother here. You know what I'm saying? And the black guy was like, oh, my brother, blah, blah, blah. And Chris puts out a pound, which is a fist, a bumping fist. And the guy holds his fist like this, like a handshake instead of a pound. So Chris is like baffled and do not understand. Anyway, so he recognized the guy though. Now, I recognized the guy too. And this was the guy from the beginning of the movie who was grabbed up in the beginning. So anyway, but he looked totally different. Like, he was shaved, he looked different, blah, blah, blah. But Chris, he recognizes the guy, right? Chris recognizes the guy, and the guy's like, Chris recognizes the guy, and so he takes a picture of the guy, right? And then the picture, the flash, as you could still see, like, the flash, just like these little white things in my eyes, and just like that, the flash was like this, and then the guy just freezes up. Now, the guy, before the picture got taken out, he's there with a white woman, like 30 years older than him. So anyway, he goes like this. Anyway, and then this nigga bugs out and starts going, and then he's like, then Chris is like, not Chris, the guy who Chris took the picture of, the black guy, he's like, get out! Get out. This is why the movie is called Get Out. So to Chris, he yelling at Chris, get out! Get out! Get out before it's too late, get out! And then, so they get the guy, all the white people, not all the white, but some of the white men grab the guy. They take him away. They go to since the brain surgeon, the dad of the daughter, who's with Chris, he's a brain surgeon, so he got sedatives and stuff like that. And anyway, so they take the guy, and then they take him into like a room or whatever, and then he's all better. He comes back, he's all better, like, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't know what was working, acting like he white again, even though he was black. Anyway, fast forwarding. Okay, so, Chris is feeling uncomfortable. He calls his friend, the friend that works for the airport security. He calls his friend. And this guy brought like a little funniness to the movie, because he's like, I'm at TSA, and I told you not to go over into that White House, and da-da-da-da. And he told him, like, somehow after the conversation, they remembered the guy's name. So he was like, yo, I seen that cat, yo. He was bugging out. I took a picture of him. He sent the picture to him. And that's how he's like, yo, this is Andre somebody. And the TSA guy, he was like, yo, this is Andre somebody. And then, so, the phone cuts off because somebody keeps taking his phone out the charger, so his phone cut off. So then the guy is like, he's searching for this other guy, and he finds out that he went missing, Let me see if I can remember what's next now. Anyway, Chris is like, yo, he tells his girlfriend, yo, I want to go. Yeah, I want to show you the sunset real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt the movie. Isn't that nice? Can y'all see it? I don't think you can see it. I hope you can see it. It's so beautiful in the sky. the view. Anywho, so Chris is like, yo, I really want to go. He telling his girlfriend, and first she gets mad, turns her back on him, the whole rejection thing. Then she turns her back, and she's like, okay, we could go, no problem. So they go back to the house acting like they gonna go. Meanwhile, while they was away, there was an auction going on back at the house. But it was like a silent auction. The brain surgeon guy, he was going like this, 1, 2, 3, 10. Then he was like 10, 10, 10, all this other stuff. Anyway, so yeah, so they went back acting like all the people left after the auction. The white people left after the auction. Then Chris and his girlfriend go back and start packing up the stuff. So then the girlfriend, she steps out for a minute. She's like, oh, I'll be right back. And then so there's a door open, and Chris goes inside the door, and there's a box inside the door. It's like a closet. He opens the box, and it's the white girl, his girlfriend, and she got mad. Like, it's a lot of pictures of different black guys that she brought, and one black girl. And one of the black guys was the gardener. One of the black girls was the it was only one black girl, but the black girl was the maid. You know what I'm saying? Damn, this video is taking a long time. This is my longest video ever. Anyway, speed it up. So, okay. So now he's like suspicious, really suspicious. He's like, yo, let me get the fuck out of here. Sorry for cursing. But he like, yo, let me get out of here. So then he like, come on, let's go. I need the keys. And she's like, I can't find the keys. Like, she dumb all of a sudden when she's smart as hell. I can't find the keys. I don't know where the keys is at. And blah, blah, blah. Okay. He was like, all right, let's just walk to the car. You find the keys while we walking. So you get downstairs. The brother with the jiu-jitsu, her brother, he's swinging some type of stick. Like for some type of athletic stick. He's swinging it around. He's standing in front of the door. He won't let them out. Then, the mother and the father show up. And they ain't letting them go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So, Chris like, yo, I need those keys, yo. Talking to the girl. I need those keys, yo. I need those keys. I need the keys now. I need the keys now. And then she's like, I can't. So she pulls out the keys. She's like, I can't give you these keys, Chris. And then so he was like, yo. And then he's like, I could tell by his whole demeanor and face, like, yo, I'm going to fight my way out of here, right? So right when he was about to fight his way out, the lady, the mother, she had a cup of tea in her hand. And she just click, she clang the teacup with the spoon. And Chris fell straight to his back. When he woke up, he was in a room. And in there, he was tied up. And there was an old TV set in front of him. And it was showing him some stuff like, oh, welcome to our new program. We making a new thing. Everything is new. Like, welcome to the family. All this craziness. So anyway, he's scratching at the thing, trying to get loose, but he can't get loose. So then the guy that he was talking at the party, one of the white guys who was like an artiste, he was like an art dealer, but he was blind. And so he was like, yo, what's pretty much is going to happen is we're going to take out part of your brain. I bought you. He bought him. So he like, I bought you. We're going to take out part of your brain and then put my brain in that part of your brain. And you're going to have a tiny little piece of the brain left, which you're going to be able to know that you're in there, but you're not going to be able to have any control. I'm going to have all the control, and I'm going to live my life through your body because I want your sight in your eye. Because Chris was a photographer, a famous photographer. So Chris was like, oh, hell no, I got to get out of here. So what happened was, the TV kept clanking. It had the teacup with the clank on the TV every time they wanted him to get up. He would get up, then the TV would come on. Then at the end of whatever they needed to say to him, it'd go clank, and he passed back out. So while he was there, he was scratching. The times that he was up, he was scratching the seat, and some cotton came out the seat. So he put it in his ear. So the last time they went clank, then he didn't get up. He didn't fall out. He acted like he fell out. So when they came to do the brain surgery, they already took the man's brain out. The old white man's brain out his head. He was blind. and they was bringing Chris to go take his, like, to put the white man's brain, take his brain out and put the white man's brain in. And Chris got up and started beating the brother up because the brother was wheeling him out. And he killed everybody, yo. I don't know what he did. Oh, he took some type of big ball and hit the brother in the head like 2 hard times, and blood was gushing everywhere. I was like, yo, you should hit him again. I was talking to the screen, hit him again, but he didn't hit him again. Then he went to the father and with a whole deer, they had a deer head in there, and he took the deer head with the whole antlers and everything and stabbed the guy up. Stabbed the father, the brain surgeon, up. The mother, she stabbed him in the hand when he came at her, and I think he was just trying to leave at this point. And then he took the knife and stabbed her in the eye or in the head or something in the head area. And the only one that was left was the daughter. She was upstairs. Anyway, so he just wanted to get out the house, you know what I'm saying? So right when he was going out the house, the brother, who I said he only hit 2 times, when I said he should have hit him again, but he didn't hit him again, the brother came and grabbed him up again, had him in like the yoke hole and trying to put him to sleep, the same yoke hole that he had the first black guy in the beginning of the movie in. And then after that, so Chris he did not go out. Like, he's like, I'm getting out this house. He just kept moving towards that door, even though the man had him in the yoke hole, was trying to put him to sleep. And then somehow he picked up something and stabbed the guy in the leg or something like that. And then he went out the door. And then he hit him. He started hitting the guy. Once the guy went down, he hit him and hit him and hit him. And stomped him and stomped him and stomped him. And then hit him and hit him and hit him. So he was dead. Then, so he was just leaving, right? And the daughter was upstairs. She was looking for NBA players so that she could find a new black guy to get. Because he was a famous guy. He was like a famous photographer. So that's how she found him. She liked to go after famous people. Like the guy that they searched, the friend, he was like a musician from Brooklyn. So he had a little fame too. Anyway, so Chris was out. Chris was going. Chris was in the car. He was going. And then the maid jumps in front of the car. I said, oh, shit. He like, no, don't. He telling himself, no, don't go get her. Leave her alone. But then he thinking about his mom. How his mom was out in the cold or whatever and died. And he looking at this black woman. He's like, all right, I'll go get her. So he went and got her. And when he put her in the car, she was like, what did you do to my family? What did you do to my family? And so when he hit her, the thud, the girl upstairs, the daughter who drew him into the house, into the family, she went and got a gun and she came out. And so he was like hurting the grandma. I told the story before it was time to tell the story. He is hurting the black girl, and come to find out that was the grandmother. Because when the girl came with the shotgun, what did you do to my grandmother? Grandma, you were right. Talking about the black lady. So the black lady's brain, was taken out, and the grandmother's brain was put in. So then, all of a sudden, she's like, yo, Grandpa, get him. Because he was out the car, and he was just trying to leave still. And then the gardener started running, the big gardener. That was the grandpa. The story's long. Anyway, the movie was really good. I'm almost at the end. I'm going to try to get through it. Because now I'm like 23 minutes in and my light is going away. So I'm going to try to hurry now. Anyway, so how Chris got out of it, he took the picture of, like, the grandma was dead. He took the picture of the grandpa. He took a picture of the grandpa and the light, the same light that woke up the other black guy, woke him up like for a second. It just worked for a second. And so he turned around to the daughter, the one who lured Chris in, and told the daughter, yo, let me kill him. Give me the gun. And he took the gun, he shot her, and then he shot himself in the head. He shot his own self in the head. And then, Chris was pretty much free. The girl was on the floor bleeding like, oh, Chris, help me. Then a police car comes, and she trying to reach out to the police, help me. So for a minute, before the police car came and she was like, help me, help me, help me, Chris went down and started choking her. But she was smiling like she liked it, like she wanted him to kill her. And so he just stopped choking her. Then the police car come in. And when the police car came, I thought that the police was going to be on their side, even though all of them was dead. But, you know, I thought he was just going to be another person, like part of the whole thing. Anyway, it was his friend from the TSA came searching for him. He's like, I told you not to come to these people's house. The girl was dying on the floor. She ended up dying. They got in the car and left. And that was the end of the movie. It was a great movie, 5-star. I've given ratings about movies. I've never spent 25 minutes talking about a movie. Anyway, this is Divinity. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being patient. I hope you watched the whole thing. I know it was hard to get through. Please subscribe. If you liked what I told you about, please put a like sign. And if you got a comment about the movie or anything, please do so. Comment below. Thank you. Bye.